history looks back at the body of work of this man, Rafael dos Anjos, not just one of the more accomplished Brazilian fighters of all time, maybe even a fringe Hall of Famer, still getting it done now in a second UFC division.
It's unbelievable that he is still able to be so successful after being here so long. I remember after he lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov, the next time you saw him, he was a different guy. From the Jason High fight to beating Benson Henderson, Nate Diaz, Anthony Pettis, winning the title and then defending against Donald Cerrone, you understood that he had made the necessary changes in order to become a UFC champion. He's still doing that in a new division at 170 pounds.
And most amazing for me is that this dude started 0-2 in the UFC back in 2008, had a must-win in 2009, and has gone on to become one of the better lightweights and welterweights of his era. Rafael dos Anjos finds himself in another massive spot here tonight. So here's the undisputed UFC lightweight champion and one of the very best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Islam Makhachev. You trained alongside this man for years. He has every skill in the book. And the X factor tonight is that his brother.
Yeah, that's one of his brothers, is what they call him. Islam Makhachev, though, is the guy that really does strike fear in so many lightweights' minds. He's a guy that possesses wrestling ability. He's a guy that possesses striking ability. The grappling is second to none. And just his size and physicality is so difficult to deal with. He is a tremendous fighter, and he will be pushed even more forward with the presence of his good friend, Hasbulla.
You do wonder, though, if the opposing corner is a little bit intimidated given Hasbulla's presence in the Makhachev corner. Islam Makhachev ready to make a statement in front of this capacity crowd here tonight. Our tail of the tape now for this lightweight championship fight. All right, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Lightweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Rafael dos Anjos. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. Dateline, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the fight capital of the world. With respect to anywhere else you want to go, if I'm a fighter, if I'm an athlete in combat sports, this is where I want to go.
You want to fight in Vegas, and now this beautiful T-Mobile Arena is the backdrop for tonight's great UFC event.
Dos Anjos is striking with sharp here as he lands the punch there, DC. Jason Perillo doing a lot of good work there with RDA in Southern California. All right, he engages in a single collar tie here. All right, going for the early takedown, and he gets it. So no surprise, he wanted to get this fight to the ground, and that is certainly a good sign for him moving forward in this fight.
He felt as if he had a massive advantage in the grappling and the wrestling. He was able to secure that takedown very early in the first round. Ref won't help you here. Just as the referee will never take a guy out of mount, they will not take a guy off of your back. You have to get him out of this position. Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Well, he's staying pretty effective here, fighting off of his back. Nice strike landed there by the bottom by Dos Anjos. Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here.
This is where he wants to be. Oh, nice right hand by the champ. Yep.
Just over 3 minutes to go now.
In the half guard.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Makhachev.
Look at that. Recognizing he's about to lose position.
The ground strikes continue to pile up.
Big right hook there by the champ.
Makhachev ground and pound from half guard now. Let's see if he can do some damage.
And there you go, again, half guard. There it is, now he's going to mount.
Inside the closed guard now. Anjos is going for the sub here. Oh, that is tough.
Good job by the champ there. Sliding back out.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Makhachev.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep. He's very accurate in the ground and pound, and it's showing because he's landing so consistently.
Making all these shots count. Good work from the top here by Makhachev. Oh, another strike lands from the top. What a strike from off of his back.
Oh, now he's attacking arm triangle.
Oh, that arm triangle's wicked tight.
He's starting to get it in very deep. Fight IQ on full display there. Recognizing he was losing the sub, elected to keep the dominant position.
Makhachev's right back to the full mount here. 45 seconds to go here in round one.
Work on this position.
Keep your top control and look for those elbows.
These are big shots, and they're not glancing blows. When he's throwing, he is landing so clean that his head is starting off the mat.
Anjos' eye appears to be closing up by the second. Seconds. Makhachev gets lit up by that straight punch.
He changes the angle, finds the right spot to land that punch to the head from the clinch.
Second round, straight ahead.
All right, take a seat. Deep breath. Breathe, breathe. All right, you with me? Good. All right, your takedowns will break that one.
All right, let's get you some pictures from that previous round, DC. A lot of good work with the ground and pound strike.
Yeah, he was able to control posture, get himself postured up, land big ground and pound as he ended the round. What a great finish to a fantastic round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, second round underway. All right, here we go with our next round, and thankfully for his opponent, it begins on the feet because his face was turning into mincemeat with that ground and pound in the previous round.
Oh, he got demolished, man. It was punches, it was elbows, it was transitions into the elbows. I mean, he had so much more knowledge in this area that although his opponent is a great ground fighter, jiu-jitsu goes out the window when you're getting punched in the face, and there was no better example of it than what we just saw in the previous round.
All right, I've got a novel idea. When you've got a submission base like this guy does and good offensive takedowns, I don't know, maybe grapple a little bit?
Maybe try to get a takedown. Maybe try to get the fight to the floor. Maybe make this guy fight you where you're the best in the entire UFC at. Get this fight to the mat where you're bound to be successful.
Striking pretty well from the bottom here. Nice job to reverse position there on the ground, and now we'll see what he can do with the dominant position. All right, right into side control here, DC. Biggest difference between half guard and side control?
Well, side control to me feels like a little bit less control because now my legs aren't really doing anything anymore. Now I'm controlling you with my upper body. So I've got to be very, very aware. It's still advantageous, but it just seems a little more free-flowing than having something like a half guard.
All right, north-south position now. We'll see how he chooses to proceed. Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submission.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent.
Oh, nice elbow.
Print the shirts, ground and pound. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Well, he is really seeing things well offensively here tonight, and he's caused a lot of swelling there on his opponents.
You got to address this now because it's only going to get worse. Your opponent is not going to let you off the hook. You've got to move. You've got to change something to try to deter him from going to that spot.
All these actions, though, these big actions got to wear on the gas tank of both guys.
All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangles.
Dos Anjos is back in full guard now. 90 seconds to go. Makhachev's back in half guard. I love watching this guy move on the ground. Another nice transition there.
Such a high-level grappler. You don't see that very often.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Islam Makhachev. What a great sequence by him, mixing up his strikes and once again targeting that already damaged, swollen area upstairs.
That's exactly what he should do. You know, we are talking about a guy that is so talented, that is so disciplined, that when he can see swelling like that, he's going to continue to attack it.
Oh, he's got to be careful there, yep.
Ground and pound keeps coming. Good movement to avoid that damage coming down. All right, dominant position for him here. Full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you got to start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much better than being mounted fully by your opponent.
Dos Anjos is really bleeding something fierce now. That cut's not getting any better. We got the best. All right, he continues to bully his opponent here, really manhandling him on the ground. Round 3 next. All right, so the fighters head back to the stools, and hopefully this fight can continue. That is a severe cut. We'll see if the cut man can do some good work here. Heading back to the corner now after that round. Dos Anjos' corner really starting to show some concern right now. That cut is getting worse with every passing strike. We'll see if the cut man can do anything about it. All right, back to the stools we go. Offensively, a lot to like from him, but on defense, he hasn't been able to stop anything tonight.
Yeah, it's got to be the whole game, though, Johnny. He's got to be willing and able to do everything. He's done a good job on the offensive side, but he has not defended well, and now he's dealing with that nasty cut. That cut is going to be an issue as the fight goes forward. He's got to change something. Nice punch lands over the top.
Well, the right hand has been there at times, not that time. Well, new round, same narrative. He continues to punish the body yet again, just as he did in the previous frame. Nice. Nicely done. Oh, how clean is that jab by Islam Makhachev? Seems to have timed that counter pretty well. All right, so not it. Oh, bunches and bunches. Well, his opponent seemed to be stunned to a significant extent, but was able to recover, and it's almost like he let him off the hook a little.
Kind of let him off the hook. He needed to really put his foot on the gas to try to find that finish.
Attempts the front kick there.
Great job moving into his opponent and getting to that single collar tie.
Doing work with the jab there. All right, so the referee has called a halt to the action here, likely to have the doctor come in and look at the swelling around that eye. Not good, DC.
You cannot allow these fighters to dictate and determine whether or not they can go. When you have this type of swelling, you got to take a close look to see if the guy can compete.
Looks as though the doctor is going to allow the fight to continue. For the athlete, may want to raise the guard a little bit.
He's got to raise the guard. He's got to take some chances because he's very limited in what he can do right now with that much swelling.
All right, so the ringside physician has made his way back to his seat. The referee gets the action back underway. The fans are excited. This fight's going to continue.
Absolutely, and I'm just as excited myself. I want to see these guys compete. I want to see who wins. I don't want it to stop because of a cut. I want to see the best fighter get their hand raised at the end of the night. Luckily, we get to try to do that.
Takedown defense holds up. Just over 3 minutes to go in round 3. Anjos as tough as it gets, but that eye is downright nasty at this point in time. And you've got to wonder, given all the swelling, if that might even be a fractured orbital. Not good for Lim.
Nice block.
Well, you've got to admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right. We have crossed the midpoint of this fight. Loaded up on that one and landed.
He's throwing bombs. Every time they come into contact, he is throwing bombs.
All right, so some definite damage underneath the elbow now on the side of his opponent. A lot of strikes to the body starting to add up.
Yeah, a lot of strikes to the body and mixing up the attack, not being one-dimensional, not headhunting inside the octagon. I think he is fought beautifully right now. He's starting to show itself.
Oh, nice jab up top by Anjos. Oh, that eye is officially disgusting right now. I don't know, man. If I'm a doctor, maybe I'm thinking about getting involved.
Well, you can see him getting up out of his seat. You know, he's looking very closely at the damage on the eye. We may get him in here before the round even ends.
All right, so now we start to see. All right, so at this point, maybe the ringside physician will indeed call the fight. Referee bringing him in to look at that damage.
Got to save the athlete from themselves. Too much damage. Stop the fight, ref.
Yeah, that's going to do
stops
it.
it.
No surprise there. The ringside physician has called an end to the fight. You got to preserve the fighter to fight in the future, and that cut just too big for him to continue through. And here once more with the official decision is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, and still the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev.
All right, so he defends the UFC lightweight title tonight, and I think in so doing starts to close the gap on the pantheon of lightweight greats. A hugely successful defense.